Sony got some good news, and that's that the Sixaxis is now tied with Susan Lucci for number of Emmys won. The Sixaxis controller won an Emmy for its portrayal of what?
Of a functional
of a PlayStation 2 controller.
Yeah, exactly.
Rumbleless.
Of a PlayStation 2 controller in All My Children. Okay, what happened here? At CES, there was the National Academy of Television Arts and Sciences, and they gave Sony a Technology and Engineering Emmy Award for the Sixaxis. Now, I don't know. I like the Sixaxis just fine, but
what the hell?
Why are you going to give that an award?
I don't know.
I don't know. Something of that just feels real political. It very much seems like...
Well, yeah, I mean...
it seems like kind of like Sony Movie
Pictures.
Studio.
Yeah,
like
Sony Pictures, Sony Television.
Saying maybe they make a nice big donation to the Academy. I don't know what it is. What it is about the Sixaxis that's... it's a nice wireless controller. The tilt functionality is interesting.
It's a great controller.
Yeah.
I've been spending way too much time playing Ridge Racer 7
and it's solid.
Tekken, and it's the PlayStation 2 controller, but lighter.
But why this?
Yeah,
now?
and Sony released a statement, of course, saying the critical acclaim for PS3 is a testament of the platform's strength and the industry's desire for a true next-generation entertainment system.
Oh yeah, they love it.
Yeah.
They're going to stick it on the box, winner of an Emmy.
Right, yeah. That'd be so cool to go buy a Sixaxis. It's got a little picture of the Emmy on it. Like, oh, well, okay.
Do we know what else was, nominated?
It was up against the George Foreman grill and...
and has there been game
Foster's
stuff?
Home.
It just seems so arbitrary. It's like, I'm going to go and give an award to Levi's for making really good button flies.
Hey, they probably deserve one, too.
No one gives them any credit.
Think about how many Levi's have actually appeared on television, so, at least that's somewhat relevant. So, yeah, I'm just hoping that the box, whenever they refer to the Sixaxis, they're just going to say, and the Emmy Award-winning Sixaxis, and Natasha Henstridge of Species.
Well, Microsoft is going to have to win something now, something ridiculous. Like
they'll figure out something out,
something.
Xbox 360 wins an Oscar for its appearance in Transformers the movie.
Maybe one of the subtexts to all this is just that, these big award shows are, I don't know, it's just more about kind of the mainstreamification of all this stuff.
Right.
You've got the BAFTAs, the British prestigious awards now that are honoring games and all that. So, quick, Grammys finally jump on the bandwagon and
they do a game soundtrack, I think now. So I mean, or at least MTV does.
Yeah, MTV's been doing it for years, man.
They're extreme.
They're
bro.
on the edge.
Yeah.
Linkin Park.
Yes, Linkin Park is the edge.
Final story before we move on to the emails and phone calls. Now, Jeff, I was listening to the show last week.
Yeah,
seeing how you guys did. You guys did a good job.
Best show in the history of the HotSpot.
I wouldn't go that far, but it was a good show. It was a good show. I like listening to it. Vinny's always welcome around here. Ryan Davis, he's fun. Although, sometimes, maybe he's on the show a few too many times. He's trying to strong arm his way in today. I know he's listening to this right now, so that's the only reason I'm saying. But anyways, Vinny and Ryan, welcome back all the time. It's a good show. However, you guys really got hung up on one joke. And it was funny every time you did it, but it was maybe a few too many times you said it. Maybe. And I'm talking about the Sixaxis winning an Emmy.
I didn't realize we were going to comedy school here at the end of the show.
It was funny, and I almost want to blame Vinny more for it, because that was the thing that he kept coming back to. It turns out that all that joking was for naught.
Yeah. So not long after we recorded it, in fact, before it went up, before the HotSpot was available for download, they didn't actually win an Emmy for the Sixaxis controller.
So Sony said that the PlayStation 3 controller Sixaxis won an Emmy.
Yeah.
In a press release. It's official.
It happened. It's yes, exactly. But no, it actually did not. Sony did win an Emmy, but it was for the DualShock controller for the PlayStation 2.
Oh, you mean the good controller?
Zing!
Zing, but what the PlayStation 3 controller is fine.
They're the same.
That's where it all falls apart. That controller is just fine.
They're the exact same controller. Just one is a little heavier and vibrates, and one is lighter and tilties.
One I always feel like I'm going to break when I'm holding it.
But you haven't yet.
But it won't break. That's the
it feels wrong.
That is worth an Emmy. It feels like you should break it, but you won't. Emmy.
So can anything win an Emmy? Could my shoes win an Emmy? Is that possible?
The Emmy was given.
If they hooked up to an iPod, they might.
They do.
The Emmy was given to Sony and Nintendo for, quote, peripheral development and technological impact of video game controllers.
Huh.
So that's what you got to do.
And it wasn't even
shoes
okay,
do that?
and it was not for the Wii controller for Nintendo. It was the D-pad.
The D-pad is totally Emmyable.
Yeah, the D-pad is like lifetime achievement.
Emmy that.
Yeah.
Its recognition is long overdue.
Totally. It got snubbed year after year.
Is there any word on whether or not either company is being sued for a share of the Emmy for patent infringement?
Oh, I'm sure that they'll get to that eventually.
That's like the new video game legislation story whenever we choose the lineup for the HotSpot.
Yeah.
And it used to be like every video game legislation story, we totally grab that, we talk about it because and then there's just so much of it where it's like, and now it's like patent infringement.
Yeah.
Check it out. The big three sued.
We came up with that controller idea first. Not that we ever used it for anything, but we hold the patent.
It's like the estate of Ben Franklin is going to come out and say, hey, electricity.
Yeah.
Thomas Edison's on that. Alexander Graham Bell. You can't have, online play without giving me royalties for that.
Yeah. That's coming.
Can't wait.
Our dark future.
And we won't talk about it here when it happens.
Exactly. We're done with it.
Yeah. So those are our stories. No Emmy for the PlayStation, for the Sixaxis. I guess the Emmy jokes still hold.
Yes.
I'm okay with that.
Ultimately, that's why we didn't cut it out.
Yeah, it's still a good Emmy joke.
Yeah.
We tried winning Emmys once. We didn't do it, though.
Yeah.
On the spot, we nominated it. We sent it in for the online Emmys, and we lost out to doofy web cartoons.
Yeah.
Everyone hates doofy web cartoons.
Totally.
Yeah, those are the worst idea ever.
No one likes that stuff.
No one likes that
ever
stuff.
watches that stuff.
No
one sends that stuff to each other.
No.
It's inane and pointless and not entertaining.
One of them was the sports guy.
Completely unlike this show.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Jeff, those are our stories.
Those are.